Hello everyone, welcome to my channel once again. Thank you for being with me, thank you for sticking with me, thank you for always watching my videos, sharing and subscribing. Keep doing that. I love you guys so much, and thank you for riding with me on this journey where I've been sharing my experience with regards to being a mom in a foreign land. In my last video I did tell you that I was going to tell you more about what happened on the day of birth. Yeah, today I'll be sharing that. I left home Wednesday evening. I did not drive. My sister-in-law drove me to the hospital and wheeled me from the hospital park into the labor room because we thought baby was gonna arrive by Wednesday night, but unfortunately baby did not arrive that night. I was in so much pain. Like I said in my last video, I have never felt any pain in my life close to the pains that I was in, and it was really becoming serious. I had this mentality and this idea that I was going to have a vaginal birth. I wasn't going to take an anesthesia and everything was going to be just fine. Charlie, when the pain started, nobody taught me or nobody told me to request for an epidural. I actually requested for it and they were delaying because I think the doctors or the hospital staff were having a meeting or something, and then the one who will give the anesthesia I wasn't coming on time. I was so frustrated. I remember telling the nurse that, can you please call him or her and tell him that I am in pain, I am dying. Doesn't he or she have feelings for human? Would the person be happy to see me dead? Yeah, I actually said those things when the epidural wasn't coming on time because I was in so much pain. Thank God I wasn't foolish enough to endure the pain. Well, that's not to say that those who do not take epidural are foolish. Of course, no. Do whatever is comfortable for you. But in my situation, I think the epidural did help me a lot because when my back started to ache and the contractions were becoming more, I couldn't take it anymore. It became really serious. My case became so severe that it got to a point when I remember this moment, I feel some way. It got to a point I became so weak and restless. That on Thursday morning became so weak and restless. Thursday dawn to be precise, and I was told my blood pressure was going up. I could see the signs on the machine, and then I was also told that baby's heartbeat was dropping, and so specialists came into my room. I started seeing different kind of people and I was wondering what was going on, and they brought all sort of machines, and I was afraid at that point. I was afraid, although I like the scripture that tells us not to fear not, because God is always with us. But at this very moment, my brethren, I was afraid, in fact I was really scared because the things that were going on, they were talking, and of course they were speaking Dutch. I would ask them in English what's happening, and they would try to explain to me, and then they told me the baby's heartbeat was gradually dropping and my pressure was going high, and so if care is not taken, they were going to give me something to stop the contractions for now, because the way the contractions were going, the baby's heartbeat was dropping, so they have to pause the contraction. So if they give me that and monitor me for about an hour or so, and the baby's heartbeat doesn't come back to normal, then we'll have to opt for a cesarean session. And I was like, okay. And in my mind I was like, wow, do mothers really go through these things? I was afraid. I was asking the nurse every minute. I was weak and in pain, but I was monitoring the machine that showed my baby's heart rate. I was monitoring it while monitoring mine too. I kept, I'll press the bell by my bed and the nurse will come and I'll be like, please, is the baby okay? I was asking every minute. And thankfully they were calm enough to always give me all the details, all the questions that I asked. I was so scared, not because of the fact that I was told that we might have to bring the baby out through a C-section, but just the process, the way the whole thing was just happening so fast really got me scared because I had hoped that as soon as I get into the labor room, in less than 30 minutes baby will be out. So when the whole process was taking hours and even days, I was really afraid. But by the special grace of God, whatever they gave me that time to stop the contractions and to monitor the baby's heart rate really worked. The baby's heart rate bounced back, and my pressure, everything became normal. And then the contraction continued, and finally baby came on Thursday noon at about 2:30 something p.m. Baby finally came out. It wasn't easy. I think I pushed how many times? A number of times. I lost count. I pushed a number of times before baby came out, and I had some tear. And I'm glad when the baby finally came out, because when I saw the baby, when the baby was put on my chest, it was really worth it. But even in that state of confusion, where things were in my mind going to get really serious because of what I was told and because there were different specialists coming in to check me, I still had faith even within that fear. I remember the midwife telling me that at this point, if she tells me anything, she knows that I'm not going to believe her. But my mother-in-law was also around. She was in the labor ward with me, and she was like, but she's seen my mother-in-law praying, and so I should trust my mother-in-law rather, because she's a very prayerful woman. So I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to my mother-in-law and to my sister-in-law. They were amazing people who stood by me. And when baby finally came, there's this Dutch tradition. They give you this biscuit. Let me not murder the name. It's just a biscuit in English, sprinkled with some beautiful, I think, anise seeds or something. I don't really know the details of it, but it looked beautiful, as you are seeing in the picture. And they have pink color if your baby is a girl, and blue color if your baby is a boy, and then you have to take it. I learned that it's traditional and you cannot reject it. They took good care of me. After baby came, I requested for ice, juice with ice, and I actually got it. Everybody congratulated me. It was a happy moment. That moment when I was in pain for hours and I was wondering, wow, God, is this it? It got to a point when I was pushing and I was told to push. I told them I can no longer push because I was feeling sleepy. I told them I'm tired, I want to sleep. In my mind, I had given up. I thought at a point that the baby would just come out and I would just lose myself, because I felt life was going out of me. But just when the baby came, I forgot all of that. I forgot that I'd been in that state of fear and confusion, and I was scared. I forgot about the feeling of giving up. At a point when I really wanted to give up, when I thought I could no longer do it again, even in my heart of heart, I was like, God, just help me. Come true for me. And I trust this, my God. He's always done it for me and many people that I know, and even those that I don't know, that when he did it for me, I was glad. So baby is actually my miracle baby. So after baby came, we had to stay in the hospital for a while. We had to be monitored, and baby also had to be monitored for a while. So I think we stayed in the hospital for a day or two before finally going home. And the most interesting thing about giving birth in the Netherlands that I really enjoyed, apart from the treatment at the hospital, another thing that amazes me about giving birth here in the Netherlands is that when you go home, you have a nursing assistant that will be with you in the house, taking care of you and the baby for 8 good days. Yes, 8 days. You heard me right. They come in the morning and they leave in the evening, and they help you with every and anything, name it: cooking, cleaning, laundry, bathing the baby, taking care of you, checking your temperature. It's such a joy. I have never heard of seeing this anywhere in the world yet. I don't know if there are other places, but it happens here in the Netherlands. When you're registered prior to having your baby with a midwife organization, in my case, I registered with the Joy Kramzorg. So they send somebody home to take care of you And in my case, I had this beautiful Oma. I call her Oma because she's a grandma. She's amazing. She took very good care of me and took very good care of my little one for 8 good days. She comes in the morning and goes in the evening. I would sleep, relax, ask me if I'm okay. Have you had your bath? Bathe the baby. Teach me how to bathe the baby. Watch me bathe the baby. Correct me if I'm doing something wrong. Teach me how to help the baby latch correctly. Everything that you need to know the first 8 days. This person is here to teach you every and anything, not just to teach you, but to help you. And it's so much joy. So if you're thinking of betting here in the Netherlands, I would say yes, go ahead, because you're really, really, really going to enjoy it. So this is where I draw the curtains for today. There might be so many other things I missed because I'm actually rushing to give you all the point before my baby girl wakes up. She's currently sleeping right now. If you have any question as to birthing here or with regards to today's topic, just reach out to me and I'll be willing to answer all of your questions. Thank you for staying with me. Kindly share this video, like it, and subscribe to my channel. I love you all. Till I come your way again in my next episode. Do have a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and a beautiful month. God bless you. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you.